their playoff feathers from getting ruffled. Now, they say that a ducat to a Rattlers game is the hottest item this side of a Phoenix Suns ticket. After play last night in the Arena Football League, this is how the playoff teams look. Only the top 8 teams get invited to the postseason dance. Arizona at 10-2 atop the list. Albany in the 7th spot at 6-6. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Albany along with Mike Golick. Glad you could join us for this very important Arena Football League game. Mike, at 10-2, Arizona has already had an outstanding season under head coach Danny White, but they can put a little icing on the cake tonight because with a victory, they clinch the home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
And the one thing about the Arizona Rattlers, they are without a doubt the most balanced team in all of arena football, led by arguably the best quarterback in the league in Cedric Bonner. He doesn't have just one superstar to throw to. He's got 3 players that can strike at any time. But their defense is equally potent. Overall, in 15 categories, they rank in the top 5 in all of them. We reminisced with Danny White earlier about preseason goals.
Our players have known from day one that our goal this year is to host and win the Arena Bowl. We've won an Arena Bowl, but since the inception of this franchise, it's been our goal to bring the Arena Bowl to Phoenix. And we've not accomplished that, and we're in a better position now than we've ever been to do that. So all this is simply the manifestation of those early goals. We still have to win it. And believe me, it's never been tougher than it will be this year in the playoffs, because there are, whatever 8 teams make it, all 8 teams will be capable of beating anybody.
Victory, obviously, the goal of Firebird head coach Mike Daly as well. They're coming off an impressive victory a week ago over the New Jersey Red Dogs. And with a win tonight over Arizona, they improved their playoff chances dramatically, Mike.
It's very simple, Mike. 2 wins, and they're in. If they split the last 2, they need a lot of help. Now, here's a team that relies on 2 main guns, quarterback Mike Pulaski and wide receiver Eddie Brown, looking to rewrite the record book in receptions and receiving yards. Now, head coach Mike Daly is hoping the 70 points they scored last week will give them confidence tonight against the best team in arena football.
Well, I certainly hope so. You know, I think it's a great opportunity for us to play the #1 team in the league, and it'll be a measuring stick about what we're all about. And our guys feel good about it. You know, you always want to have a chance to knock the king off the hill, and we were given that opportunity tonight. Last week's win put us in a good frame of mind. We had a great week of practice, and hopefully tonight it'll go good.
Capacity here at America West Arena, 16,923. They expect capacity tonight for this most important regular season game that will go a long way in determining the playoff fortunes of the Albany Firebirds and the Arizona Wranglers. Anthony Brenner taking off the Rattlers. Eddie Brown back deep. They will put the ball in play. Nice kick by Brenner as we take a look at Albany quarterback Mike Pulaski. #1 in the league in passing yardage, and total offense is 56 touchdowns, ranked 4th. Just 12 interceptions on the season. As he goes, so goes the Firebird. Greg Hopkins, number 82, the motion man, on 1st and 10. Albany's first possession of the game. Pulaski buys a lot of time and finds Hopkins wide open. Deep into Arizona Rattlers territory. Cedric Walker was the man that Hopkins turned completely around, and then Walker saved a touchdown.
He got a lot of time here by stepping up in the pocket. The pressure was there. He was able to avoid it, step up. And as you said, Cedric Walker fell down. That left Hopkins wide open. Could have had a touchdown himself, but he falls down. But 1st and goal at the 5 in 1 play.
40 yards. Reception. Pulaski to Greg Hopkins. The pitch to Chad Duke. Cuts back nicely. No one touches him. Touchdown Albany. 2 plays.
Well, they scored 70 points last week. They're 6-6. They need 2 wins, and they're in the playoffs. The Rattlers found out after last night's loss by Orlando that, hey, we need just 1 out of 2, and we're in. Albany coming out of the gates hard. I think they have a psychological advantage tonight, Mike, over Arizona, knowing if Albany could win these 2, they are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs.
14th touchdown of the season for Chad Duke, who leads the Arena Football League in rushing. Tom Willihan's extra point is up, and it is good, and the Albany Firebirds draw first blood here in the Snake Pit.
And Arizona's had some trouble. The last 3 out of their 4 games, they were behind at halftime, which obviously also means they're behind in the first quarter. Also, having a lot of trouble coming out, starting games, and you see it right here. An average of just 7 points in the first quarter, 49 for the game, so really they're struggling early. Talking to Danny White earlier, said possibly, the 10-2 record, maybe the team, especially against Nashville, coming out sluggish, maybe a little complacent, knowing that they can wrap things up and not coming out as sharp as they could. Danny White said, if we come out against slow tonight, I'm really going to have to look into it and do some things, maybe make some changes.
Well, no doubt, if you look at Humpty Cooper, one of the most dangerous return men in the league, the Albany Firebirds have gotten the Rattlers' attention and have gotten it early. Just underway here at America West Arena.
We've seen plenty of shootouts this year already. This could be one of the better shootouts we've seen in a while. Albany seems to be clicking at the right time, trying to stretch it toward the playoffs with their 70-point outburst last week. And Arizona, of course, they had 8 wins in a row at one point during the season.
Willihan six. Clean Karen off the rebound net. Cooper's got, and he's got another running room. Across midfield, down the 21-yard line of Albany. Humpty Cooper, a return of 33 yards.
Well, this is how it's going to happen. You got to watch the lane by Albany coming down their lane. They did not keep their lanes. The outside guys see him inside too much. You see Cooper's got the outside wide open. You see him break to the outside. There's not one Firebird there. And then he cuts it back to the middle, doesn't want to use the wall as an out of bounds. Figures, I'm just going to run straight ahead and get as much as I can.
And the man who's #1 in the league in passing efficiency, Cedric Bonner, in his 5th year from Cal State Northridge, gets the Rattlers going. And the first play, touchdown, Calvin Schnecknader. You talk about early fireworks, Mike. Whoa!
Wow. I'll tell you what, if you have seatbelts at home, strap them on and don't go anywhere, because this is the kind of night it looks to be. Calvin Schnecknader, a big part of the offense this year for the Rattlers. One of 3 receivers that are really doing a nice job coming up big early.
His nickname, Shake, and he put a nice shake move and something else on Albany's best defensive back, #1, Derek Stingley. We talked about the capacity crowd we expected tonight. As Anthony Brenner's extra point just splits the upright. They're still arriving here. They're not all here yet, and already it's 7-7. You're watching ESPN's coverage of Arena Football. Back with more in a moment.
Welcome back to the MBNA Visa All-Star Game. These cards.
ESPN's coverage of the Arena Football League is brought to you by MBNA America, the official credit card of the Arena Football League, and by the 1997 Mitsubishi Eclipse, the sports car that makes waves, built for living. 7-7, 12-10 remaining to go here in the first quarter of play. Arizona coach Danny White talked about the need for his offense to have a little ball control tonight. Well, their first possession, 1-play touchdown.
I think he was suckering us, too.
Mike Baker can't handle the carom off the net. Fortunately, Albany covers up, and they will put the ball in play. Not bad field position at about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, what could have been disaster actually worked out in their favor, but normally, touchback to the 3-yard line. Now they're out to the 11, so what could have been very dangerous turned out pretty well.
So far, we have had just 3 plays tonight, 67 total yards and 2 touchdowns. That's with both teams as you look at 1 and 2 in the Arena Football League in the passing department. Mike Pulaski and Cedric Bonner. Pulaski going for it all again. Wide open. David McLeod.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I got a couple of fans sitting right next to us. They're shaking their heads. They can't believe it.
That was Cecil Doggett on the coverage. They said he was going to match up against their top receivers. They feel he's their best cover man. He just basically gets left in the dust right here. The crowd absolutely runs right by him. 4 plays. 21 possible points there with the extra point.
4 plays, 3 touchdowns. Here's the kick by Wellahan. It is up. It is good. He is now 32 of 39 in that department. The Firebirds lead the hometown Rattlers 14-7. And their hometown Rattlers trailing Albany 14-7. Head coach Mike Daly of Albany, his first season as the head man. Prior to that, he was one of the brightest offensive minds in the league, the offensive coordinator for these same Firebirds.
And a lot of people said, going with Mike Pulaski, they were kind of confused at that decision, but he had got the green light from Mike Hohensee, the old coach here in Albany, and Mike Daly thinks a lot of what Hohensee's thoughts are, and he says, hey, Pulaski's the man.
You better end that spotlight because we almost have another score. Humpty Cooper brings it across midfield, then coughs up the football, and Albany recovers. The kicker, Tom Wellahan.
Wow, it is happening at record pace. The Rattlers trying to say that the runner was down. See if they can talk their way into this one.
You know, Wellahan's going to signal, hey, it's our ball. Offside against the kicking.
Wow. Like in all our games this year, that's the first offside on a kickoff we have seen, and look what it cost them. I did some quick math in that break. If they go at this pace, the final score will be 300 to 293.
Well, in just a minute and 33 seconds, we've had 2 touchdowns.
Offside on the kicking team. By rule, the 3-yard penalty is assessed from the end of the return where the player fumbled the ball. It will be 1st and 10 for Arizona.
Wow, so here Rattlers, 1st and 10.
A 34-yard gain.
Actually, where the fumble was, instead of kicking it over, they tack it on to the end of the run where the fumble occurred, so it didn't even matter that Albany recovered it. Nice return by Cooper, some nice spin and nice move, and you'll see the arm come down on the ball. A great job by Mike Baker, whipping his arm down to cause that fumble all for naught.
So Humpty Cooper providing great field position for Arizona. Butter to Cooper inside the 5, down to the 2. A gain of 17.
And Humpty Cooper, one of the favorites here. We might as well, we'll get to the story of Humpty Cooper after the lineup.
He's just one of a trio of great wide receivers for the Rattlers. He joins Schechtnader and Randy Gatewood. Defensively for Albany, talked about Derek Stingley, leads the team in tackles, has 4 interceptions on the year. 1st and goal from the 2. Gatewood, the motion man. The pitch to Easter, Brian Easter, number 24. Little or no gain.
You know, Arizona was known for this last year in the playoffs. They needed a 2-point conversion. Danny White ran it to the short side of the field, got stopped. He was questioned a lot for that. Obviously doesn't care what they say. He loves running to the short side of the field when they only need a couple of yards.
There's Danny White, the only coach that the Arizona Rattlers have ever had. His 6th year, his winning percentage, .650. And the numbers on Cedric Bonner. The give to Easter. Fighting, digging, clawing, scratching for all the real estate he can get. Maybe inside the 1.
Good job by Albany. Arizona's just trying to pound it in. Danny White said, we're not really a running team. We don't really want to rely on it. Here they tried 2 in a row. Albany does a nice job of just not giving up any yardage, not getting knocked back at all.
Joe Jacobs, the big man on the stop, 3rd-year pro out of Utah State. He was an all-Big West performer his junior and senior years there. 3rd and goal for the Rattlers. Schechtnader, the motion man. Inside handoff to Brian Easter. Rattlers touchdown.
Well, 3 times the charm, I guess. 3 straight running plays.
And the fireworks continue inside the snake pit.
Nothing fancy. First one was a pitch. The last 2 just straight dives. That offensive line trying to gun it out, saying, hey, they stopped us twice. We need to get a little bit of drive on these guys. Nothing fancy.
Do we need to revise your calculations here? What did you say the final score would be if we continue at this current pace?
It was 300 to 293. I think it's settled down just a bit now.
Anthony Brenner on to attempt the extra point. He is second in that department in terms of percentage in the league, and he's up and good again. His second extra point of the evening. We've got a 14-14 tie. You're watching Arena Football on ESPN. Advantage throughout the playoffs against the upset-minded Albany Firebirds. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action in this. In what has been a wild first quarter, the Albany Firebirds leading the favored Arizona Rattlers 21-14 here at America West Arena. And in 2 days, we'll be back to the same palace as the WNBA comes to ESPN. The Cleveland Rockers, led by former Olympian Lynette Woodard, taking on the Phoenix Mercury and their star, Michelle Timms, who in the last 3 wins over New York, Utah, and Cleveland, have combined 50 points and 31 assists. That's the WNBA right here on ESPN, 8:30 Eastern on Monday. This time a 7-play scoring drive.
Boy, I guess the offense is really slowing down. Huh?
Hunky Cooper back deep for the Rattlers. 2 returns so far for 67 yards. Let's see what he does this time. Breaks 1 tackle. Good coverage provided by the Firebirds. Derek Stingley, number 1, reached him first. A gain of 13 to count the 8 yards of the end zone.
Well, you know, you just talked about the WNBA and the Phoenix Mercury. They lead the league in attendance. They have not had a game here at America West under 10,000. The Arizona Rattlers lead the Arena League in attendance. The Phoenix Suns sell out every game. I mean, it is happening here in Phoenix, Arizona. Here you see they lead the entire league in attendance, and they've tacked on more tonight.
And overall attendance in the Arena Football League in this, its 11th season, up again. Bonner going deep. Snexnader wide open. Touchdown. It is not a euphemism when we say don't blink.
Let me tell you, I hope you all loaded up on your refreshments before the game and just stockpiled them by the couch, because there is no chance to get up. Cedric Bonner, just a beautiful release. Nice spiral. Lead Snexnader. Has the wherewithal to roll right into the end zone because he's untouched. You know, these guys make it look so easy. These guys have been playing together for a lot of years, and that's a big difference why Arizona is usually at the top at the end of the season.
Brenner to attempt the extra point. That last drive took just 29 seconds. A 43-yard touchdown pass. Bonner does it again. Cedric Bonner.
Well, what can you say? Nothing fancy again. Just gets the protection. Just a route right over the middle, going deep. Absolutely runs by. Key thing, Cedric Bonner, he has not been sacked this year. He's had to run a few times, but he has not been sacked. The Rattlers have given up 1 sack as a team. That was by the backup quarterback. Cedric Bonner has not bit the turf yet this year. A big reason. He's now thrown for 61 touchdowns.
And the touchdown recipient, Calvin Snexnader, his 23rd touchdown on the season. Came into this game second in receptions and receiving yardage. Teddy Brown is on the other side of the football. A look at Cedric Bonner in his 5th season. Danny White says this guy could play in the NFL.
You know, he said it's basically timing. You know, this guy's 6'4", 228, easily the most athletic quarterback in the league all around. We've talked about Kurt Warner being one of the best. But Cedric Bonner is a better athlete, throws a little technically a better ball, and they both read defenses very well, Kurt Warner and Ced Bonner. But overall, Ced Bonner, with his athletic ability, I don't think he has an equal in this league.
Number 1 in the league in passing efficiency at 117 plus. 3 for 3 tonight. 2 of those completions for touchdowns.
Even though we've just seen a few passes, great presence in the pocket, great release on the ball.
And a great kick by Anthony Bonner, and a souvenir for one of the Rattler fans in the end zone seats. You're going to see more and more of that, and as the kickers get more proficient at kicking it over the rebound nets. They're going to build those nets just a little higher.
Well, you know, one thing we talked about is the progression of the players. The linemen are getting bigger. The specialty positions are getting bigger. Naturally, the kickers are going to get bigger and stronger, and you're absolutely right. They're going to have to raise the height of that net because more and more kickers, you know, they're going to be paying for a whole lot of balls because the fans get to take them home. They're going to have to keep bringing in new ones.
Time to build a better mousetrap. Let's see what Mike Pulaski does on this series. He's 6 for 9 so far. A pair of touchdowns. The pitch to the leading rusher in the league, Chad Duke. Mike Baker, number 2, trying to fend him off. Or Bo Kelly, I should say. So, with all the festivities and fireworks, we're going to take a break after the end of the first quarter. Albany leads it or tied with Arizona at 21.
Out of cash. How are we going to call the rent?
Greetings, Surfer Dudes.
Hey, Max Jerome.
You don't need change. Just dial 1-800-COLLECT. It saves your parents up to $40. Totally. Any Joe will tell you, 1-800-COLLECT is the easy way to save up to 44%.
You're watching ESPN's coverage of the Arena Football League, where the Arizona Rattlers are trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs against the upset-minded Albany Firebirds. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action in this game. Mike Baker, second-year man out of West Virginia. Go! Second on the Firebirds receiving. Hopkins again, the motion man. Pulaski up. That time Hopkins is open. He got it to him earlier in between the two defenders. Gatewood, number 17, and Cedric Walker, number 5. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns to the Firebirds. That one a 12-yard touchdown pass.
And a big difference when you do throw it on time before he waited too long and Hopkins already run through the route. This time he's still in the middle of the end zone. Pulaski does a great job of threading the needle, but they're making it look easy right now.
Tom Wellahan on to attempt the extra point. And that's the way things have been going so far with everybody matching touchdowns. That missed extra points by Wellahan could be critical. Firebirds still lead at 27-21, but that's by 6, not 7. Stay with us.
We asked some of Hollywood's hottest stuntmen to try Degree.
What's body heat activate?
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
I heated up, and it cooled me down. I was on fire, and I was dry.
Body heat activated Degree. Your body heat turns it on.
Get a tough case of athlete's foot, and you're bent. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine of Act Stuff. Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tinactin.
All-Star MVP Mike Piazza spends 9 innings destroying his hair and 90 seconds bringing it back with Pert Plus. More than a shampoo, it conditions too. How? As you shampoo, the conditioner stays suspended. Then as you rinse, the conditioners go to work, giving you great hair simply. Perfect for Mike, because he wants great hair, but he'd rather be living in it than working on it. Wouldn't you? Pert Plus. Simply great hair. Simply.
10:48 remaining to go here in the second quarter. Mike Adamle along with Mike Golick here at America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona, where the hometown Rattlers on the tail end of a 27-21 deficit. And if this is an indication of things to come, the playoffs on ESPN and ESPN2 should be sensational. They begin 2 weeks from tonight, August 9th on ESPN at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and also on the Deuce Saturday night, August 9th at midnight. The playoffs, Arena Football, Arena Bowl 11 is the destination for the 8 teams that will make the playoffs.
Well, Mike Pulaski, I tell you, he's in line to set a few records this year. He needs 67 attempts to break John Caleo's record of last year. Just 12 completions before tonight. He'll probably break that record tonight, and 680 yards total to break the single-season record.
Cooper has had a big night on the return end of things for Arizona, having trouble with that, tear him off the net, and as a result is only able to gain 8 yards.
Here you see another long scoring drive by Albany. They've done some 1 plays and 2 plays. Now they've also done a couple of 7-play drives, taking some time off the clock. You can see 7 plays here. You know, everybody thought, how do you replace a Mike Perez, 84 touchdowns, 4,100 yards? Well, Mike Pulaski doing a nice job. Again, like I said, just 680 yards away from that record Perez set last year, and he will get the attempt and completion record either this week or next week.
And as far as the 4,000 yards are concerned, Pulaski probably will get it, as will Andy Kelly and Iowa's Kurt Warner if they continue at their present pace. Time clock just winding down. Bonner gets the pass off. Cooper wide open, just slightly overthrown. Cedric's first incompletion of the evening, and you don't see that often. Last week against Anaheim, he was 21 of 26.
Good effort, just let him a little too much. Hit him in the, you know, they always say it hits you in the hand, you're supposed to have it, but that would have been a great catch had he hung on to it. Just let him just a little much.
Cedric getting the play from Danny White. Let's listen in.
Right, X back. Liz 10 on 101, ready?
First and 10, Rattlers from their own 9. Second straight incompletion intended for Randy Gatewood that time.
Well, listen in on Cedric. When you hear numbers in the 10s or in the teens, there'll be short passes like that. The higher the number you hear, the deeper the pass route for the receiver.
You're also going to hear terms like whiz and rip. That refers to the fire route blocking by the offensive lineman.
And Arizona and Danny White, easily one of the more complex playbooks in the league.
He baffled me when he showed me the game plan yesterday. Second, third down situation tonight for Arizona. They converted their only other one tonight. The flag is thrown as Stingley and Randy Gatewood were both battling for the ball.
The reason they're going to call this on Derek Stingley is because he did not look back to the quarterback. Nope. We'll hear the call here first.
Pass interference, defense number 1. Holding on the offense, number 56.
Well, Mark Tucker for Arizona guilty of the hold. Here's the interference. If you look at Stingley, before we saw that, he was grabbing the arm of Gatewood. Let's look at 56, the holding Chad Dukes right up the gut, grabbed his foot and tripped him up. So we'll do it over, 3rd and 10.
.8:32 remaining here in the second quarter. Arizona trailing by 6, 3rd and 10 for Cedric Bonner and company. Bonner able to draw one of the Albany defenders offside. It won't matter because he's got a touchdown pass. Guess who? Calvin Schnecksnader. Touchdown number 3, pending the call.
Well, I know I just said Albany's making it look easy. I guess I'd have to say Arizona is too. Well, again, nothing new. Haven't run a lot of intermediate routes as you see the offside. It's been real short or real long. And Albany just getting burned. Schnecksnader able to get behind the defenders again. Very wide open. Some real miscommunication and bad coverage going on by Albany at defensive backfield to let that many bombs go by.
There's a real snake charmer, and this is a Firebirds charmer. Calvin Schnecksnader, touchdown number 3 on the evening. And Brenner's extra point, if good, will give Arizona the lead. And they've got it for the first time tonight. Arizona trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs, perhaps on their way.
I won 3 world championships. I only first to win the 250 and the 500 in the same year.
The more I know about the machine itself, the better pilot I'll be.
We're going into speed areas that have never been traveled.
I wanted to race hydroplanes when I was a kid, but my dad thought that was foolish. About as foolish as becoming an actor.
Call your local Prime Star distributor to order. Showtime presents Demi Moore like you've never seen her before. And Burt Reynolds like you've never seen him before.
Why are you all shining?
His bathroom.
The comedy with cream corn wrestling. You go into the corn. You set a great example to the other girls.
No.
Striptease. This month only on Showtime. Call your local Prime Star distributor to order.
And the #1 seed heading into the playoffs right now, leading Albany by 1 with 8:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Reminder on ESPN2 tomorrow from Soldier Field in Chicago. It's the Reebok Cup. Soccer Palmyra versus Necaxa. That's from Soldier Field in Chicago tomorrow, only on the Deuce, ESPN2 at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Brenner kicking off for the Rattlers. Mike Baker, the return man for the Firebirds. He's got a little lane, a little breathing room, gets it across 15 before tackled by Clint Fleming, the 8th-year pro who is our guy because he's been in 3 different media guys this year.
Tampa Bay, Orlando, and now he's with Arizona. He does a nice job of staying to the outside, not giving the returner the wall. He does a nice job breaking back in and making the tackle. Safe, possible touchdown.
Gain of 22 yards, however, for Mike Baker. And Albany will put the ball in play at their own 16-yard line. Pulaski tonight, 3 touchdown passes. Trying to get the lead back to the Firebirds. Chad Dukes with a gutty, tough reception as he gets slammed out of bounds, courtesy of Junior Green, number 20.
What a great job of hanging on to that ball. But you've got to know the wall is there. You see it to pass to him all the way. It's all enough and spins around a one-handed grab as Junior Green makes him chew a little wall. You see him getting the pressure he's going to when the fullback goes out. It's got to be a quick play when the fullback or tight end go out. Great one-handed catch, great concentration.
Duke's second reception tonight, he's got 18 yards, so Mike Pulaski spreading the ball around. Hopkins, McLeod, Eddie Brown, Mike Baker, all on the receiving ends of things for Albany. Brown now, the motion man. The pitch to Duke. Nothing doing. Cedric Walker, Arizona's best defender on the stop.
So that time, we talked about disguising. Cedric Walker was playing back, and he came up on the line right before the snap to go to man coverage, and he was positioned perfectly. You see, he's on the right of your screen. He came up right at the end of the play and was right there because he was back in his own coverage at first. Talking about Doug Kay loving to disguise that, brings them up right before the snap and really threw a kink into the play.
So the ball resting at midfield. Let's see what Albany can do on 3rd and 1. The quick pick, Eddie Brown, first down.
You know, before the game, I talked about the weapons. It was Pulaski and Eddie Brown, but as you've mentioned, they have really spread the wealth tonight. Normally they don't do that. That's why you see Eddie Brown looking to break so many records. He's usually the man. That only his 2nd reception tonight and already 4 touchdowns for Albany.
The disparity in first downs reflective of Arizona's deep
the old one
vertical game.
One-play drive.
On 1st and 10, Pulaski to throw. Looking for McLeod. Oh, what a catch! David McLeod, who has been walking all night, says, "Baby, I am open." That was a remarkable catch over Cecil Doggett.
This is textbook fundamentals right here. Catch the ball at its highest point. Cecil Doggett is waiting for the ball to fall into his arms for an interception. What does McLeod do? He says, "I'm going to get it at the top, the peak where the ball is." You see Doggett just waiting for it to come down. What a great job by McLeod to say, get the ball at the top of its flight. That's exactly what he does. Doggett jumps for that. He gets the interception.
And he is soaked up. Now you know why. This is the man who broke all of Gary Clark, the great Washington Redskin wide receiver, broke all of Gary Clark's college records at James Madison. And they're going for 2 so they can get back on 7s again. Incomplete for McLeod, so something of a stop for the Arizona Rattlers. However, the Firebirds now back in the lead, 36-17. 33-28.
Everybody's swinging into McDonald's for the big summer deal in honor of Disney's big summer movie, George of the Jungle, now in theaters. They're swinging in at breakfast for 2 sausage McMuffins with egg for just $2.
Morning, Bill.
Mary? What could be simpler? Huh? Well, there's George. So we repeat for George. 2 morning fresh sausage McMuffins with egg for $2, or 2 beefy quarter pounders with cheese for $2.
Swinging back for lunch? Wild animals couldn't keep me away.
The Packers, the Patriots, Favre, Bledsoe, 1997 Super Bowl rivals. New year, new faces, new look, brand new season. Can the Packers repeat? NFL preseason, New England at Green Bay. Thursday, 8 p.m., only on ESPN.
You're watching ESPN's coverage of the Arena Football League, where the Arizona Rattlers are trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs against the upset-minded Albany Firebirds. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action in this game. Now, Mike, you live down here. I thought this was rattlesnake country. He would have at least a rattlesnake in his hands, or one of the fake ones. This kid's got a popcorn box for there.
There you go. That's what we're looking for. These fans.
Oh, this guy came to play, baby.
Let me tell you, these fans are intense. I don't think I'm going out with that guy after the game.
I'm relieved. 8:07 remaining here to go in the first half. Arizona trying to jump back in front. They trail 33-28. Connor going the distance. Chase has done it again. His 4th touchdown on the evening. That one from 16 yards out.
Well, remember the last play I said if he just continued on the first route he had and didn't break it off, he'd have had it. Well, this time he did. He just ran it across the middle. This time he doesn't break it back, and he runs right by Larry Jones. Cedric Bonner, you see, gets a body falling on him at the end of the play and rolls his ankle, but Shakes is wide open over Larry Jones again. That's his 4th of the night.
So Anthony Brenner on to attempt the extra point. Bonner with the hold. The kick is perfect, and the Rattlers now lead by 2, 35-33, 127 remaining to go here.
Spicy food gives me heartburn, but I'm a caterer. I have to taste. If I don't block stomach acid fast, I can't work. Which blocks it faster? Tagamet HB 200. It has more acid blockers than Pepsid AC to block acid faster. Both are strong, but Tagamet's faster. And I can take Tagamet before work to prevent heartburn. Now I focus on food, not heartburn.
Tagamet HB 200. More acid blockers help block acid faster.
These days, we could all use more endurance. Say about 24 hours worth. I know I could. And now I've got it. Because now the Odor Fighters, the new high-endurance deodorant, lasts even longer. New high-endurance lasts a full 24 hours. No one else is this strong, this long. Plus, it's got this new Pure Sport scent. So now you can smell better, longer. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and Old Spice will buy you a stick of yours. Hey, no matter what you're into, now you've got all the endurance you need. A full 24 hours. Guaranteed.
America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona, where the pace has slowed, but only slightly. They had 42 points combined in the first quarter, only 26 here. Home sweet home, the Snake Pit. The Rattlers 10-2 this year. Actually down from a year ago when they went through the season undefeated.
Yeah, their lone loss came against Nashville a few weeks ago when Danny White said they looked about as sluggish and complacent as they had all year and really tried to rectify that and stop the team from coming out slow, and they've been anything but slow tonight.
And again, if they can beat Albany tonight, they will lock up home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And Danny White said, listen, you want the coach's answer or what I personally believe? He said the coach's answer, hey, we don't care if it's on the road or home, but personally I'd love to be here because he thinks he has the best fan in the Arena Football League. Derek Stingley getting the ball off the rebound and conversing his field about 4 or 5 times straight
Cedric Tillman had the last shot, almost tripped him up, but did a great job of keeping his balance. What a great run. Reverse the field. Watch this. Comes right down to this corner of your screen. Is going to go all the way to the other shot. Nice block by Eddie Brown. Cliff Fleming with a shot. He is the contain man on that side. Once he missed, Stingley had the corner looking for the kicker to do something. You see Tillman almost get him. A great job of keeping his balance. Well, adds 40 yards or whatever that was for all the side running he did.
Try the double nickel. 55 yards for Derek Stingley, and now you know why Mike Daly says, hey, he is flat out our best all-around athlete. So Daly's Firebirds back on top, and they're going to try to go for two again. Pulaski intended for Eddie Brown. A little too much mustard on that pass, and he turned around. Diesel dog get on the coverage.
Well, you wanted action, you sure got it.
What do we got here, Mike?
We now have 11 possessions. 11 possessions, 11 touchdowns by both teams. You know, as you see the two-point conversion, you're absolutely right. It came a little too hot right as Eddie Brown was turning around. You know, Danny White has said, you know, he prides his team on defense, the way they play defense. Right now, there's no defense to be found on either side of the ball. As you see Pulaski and Eddie Brown, you know, these two guys have hooked up plenty this year.
The only thing that has resembled any kind of defensive stop tonight is the missed extra point by Albany's Tom Wellahan. Scores from around the league. The Iowa Barnstormers, perhaps Arizona's biggest threat as far as becoming the #1 seed is concerned. They run their record to 10-3 as they beat Texas in what must have been a whale of a game. They put 70 on the board tonight. 76-2 the final there from Des Moines. And Tampa Bay staying alive in their quest to make the playoffs. A 48-22 victory over the Florida Bobcats.
We see Iowa with 3 losses. If Arizona should lose one of their last 2 games and have a tied record with them, they still have home field because of the head-to-head. That's why any win in any of their last 2 games, and they will get the home field.
Cooper. Great night returning. Trying to answer Derek Stingley's touchdown. Wellahan, I think the kicker got his bare foot on Hunky Cooper. Slowed him down slightly. Oh, man.
That's Chad Duke able to catch him and finish him off, but boy, oh boy. Everybody's trying to one-up everybody else. Again, about 5 yards deep into the end zone. Good blocking straight up the gut. Great blocking by the kick return team. Hunky with some nice, and you see him, Wellahan did stick out that bare foot. Hey, use whatever you can to stop him.
Escape save and a dandy.
He's going to go back to the, he's got to tape his toes off.
A gain of 47 yards for Hunky Cooper on the night. 5 kickoff returns, 135 yards. Better hurry to get the playoff. Bonner does. Hits to Bo Kelly, number 2. We are now under a minute here at America West.
The plays will stop, incomplete and out of bounds. It is a running clock, over a minute, under a minute, it will stop.
Come on now, come on now. It's all right. Let's go, let's go. Left, X loop. Fire pitch 38, X cross on 101. Ready? Left.
The X receiver is Calvin Schnecksnader. He's the motion man. Looking for Kelly's got him. Back against the grain. Man, oh man.
It's almost like they're trying to make it look hard.
And he just tanked and crushed Larry Jones, number 26. Jones looked like he had him dead to rights, and watch it again.
See a good job. He sees he has nowhere to go, and he says, well, you know what? Be a little easy over here. I'll just run all the way to the other side of the field. Then he lays the letter to Larry Jones right here. Jones tries to go low. Kelly just says, I'm going to go right through you.
Kelly, 6'1", 235, second-year pro from East Texas State, came into the game as Arizona's leading rusher. Not a bad receiver either. Brenner's extra point is good. And the Rattlers are red hot here at the Snake Pit, 42-39.
Come on, Macho Man. You can always get out of the ring, but the Rock is extreme because there's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go?
Not the cage.
Oh, yeah. Landslide. Falling rock. Yeah. Meet the North Face.
What do you do for beefy, spicy, extreme excitement?
Say it, say it.
Nothing to Slim Jim.
There's only one man who can bring country to the heart of the city. This summer from New York City, America's most popular performer plays the concert event of the year.
We all here, 'cause it's not all there tonight.
God, live from Central Park. Coming soon. If you can't be there live, then be there live on HBO.
He doesn't really talk about it there. But I know he thinks about it. I've seen him check it in the mirror. That's why he uses Pantene Pro-V shampoo and treatment conditioner to help keep his hair strong. The Pro Vitamin formula penetrates root to tip, improving hair, keeping it looking really healthy, shiny, strong. I notice a difference now. He does too. Pantene Pro-V, for hair so healthy it shines.
Out here, it's Monday. In here, it's Friday.
Now introducing Friday's Jack Daniel's Grill. Delicious entrees basted in a sweet Smoky Mountain Jack Daniel's sauce. The new Jack Daniel's Grill at Fridays.
Good name.
We asked some of Hollywood's hottest stuntmen to try Degree.
What's body heat activate?
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
I heated up, and it cooled me down. I was on fire, and I was dry.
Body heat activated Degree. Your body heat turns it on.
16,000 strong, 16,923 to be exact. The sellout tonight here at America West Arena as the Rattlers trying to clinch a home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And right now they're on top, 42-39. But leads, as we have seen so far tonight, don't last very long, Mike.
No, in fact, we better keep our eye on this kickoff.
Mike Baker, the return man for Albany. That one bounces off the crossbar. Eddie Brown might have been wise to stay in the end zone and get the touchback. They'll bring it out to the 3, but what he was trying to do was stop the clock.
And it just ran out. He did. It was a smart move on his part, trying to stop the clock, at least maybe get a field goal, but it looks like time ran out.
So, Mike Daly, Albany Firebirds aren't going to get another chance. Probably just as well. We need a rest, man. How many possessions tonight?
12 possessions, 12 touchdowns. That's perfect.
The only thing that puts this first half shy of perfection was the missed extra point.
Well, here's what Eddie Brown tried to do. You see him get the ball, and he's very aware of his surroundings, and he's running for the sideline. He's going to try and get out of bounds. Look at the clock down at the right, going out. He's out of bounds, and there's still 2 seconds on the clock. Probably should have had a shot.
Well, a wild first half so far, and right now, Arizona Rattler coach Danny White joins us from the Rattler sideline. Coach? Nothing. Danny, can you hear us? Having some audio problems right now, and we'll send Danny White to the locker room. I'm sure he has some things to say to his defense because they have given up 39. Fortunately, his offense has scored 42. Back with highlights and scores and the second half kick in a moment.
Is that the right size battery for my car? It doesn't seem to fit.
Don't worry, we'll make it fit. We've been doing this a long time.
Not going in. Just keep hitting it.
I'm not comfortable with we'll make it fit.
Why not? If it fits, it fits.
It's perfect. Good job.
Pep Boys has the right battery at the right price. 31,000 items at the guaranteed low price, tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
All we have
Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way.
Set the kickoff for the Firebirds. Consecutive years in the playoffs. Well, Albany tied with Tampa Bay and Orlando. Arizona checks in at second with 5 consecutive years.
And Arizona, that counts this year. Albany, if they get in, if they win these next two and get in, that'll be their 7th straight year, and they will be atop of that list.
Wellahan, one of the few barefooted kickers in the Arena Football League, and backseat, Hunky Cooper, the Hunkster. 5th-year pro out of UNLV, and electricity is his game tonight. Can't handle that kick. Ball is loose and live. Heads-up play by Bobby McMillan, number 44, to cover up for Arizona. That could have been costly.
Boy, we talked to Danny White, talked about turnovers. Almost happened to his own team. Here he hits off the low bar, so it comes off really hard. That is a live ball. Bobby McMillan does a nice job of covering that one up and saving Arizona from real tragedy. They just dodged a bullet.
Danny White talked about execution on defense. His team has it on offense now, where they have been perfect. Calvin Schnecksnader, the motion man. He curls up at the 15-yard line, breaks Stingley's tackle, and gets the first down.
Well, they're not just keeping one man on Calvin Schnecksnader. They're putting Stingley on him. They're putting Larry Jones on him. They're trying to different people on him. They've got to do something. I think maybe they need to get up on the line and try and jam him. He's had free release every time, able to get into his routes. Might want to try and slow him up off the line of scrimmage.
The 2 receivers tonight having the biggest night, Schnecksnader and his Albany partner, or counterpart, Dave McLeod, who's got 2 touchdowns tonight. First and 10, Arizona. First possession of the second half. Rattlers lead by 3. Bonner with time, flag down. Overthrown, intended for Cooper.
He had absolutely all day to throw the ball. Now, did he have it because there was holding? Find out.
Legal defense, jack linebacker out of the box.
Now that call, the linebacker, one rushes. The other linebacker has got to stay in that imaginary box. He cannot pass the referee who is behind him, and he can't go outside of either tackle. If he does that, that's considered outside the box.
That's Albany's defensive coordinator, Durwood Rockmore, looking on. His first year as defensive coordinator after an outstanding 9-year career in the Arena Football League. The all-time leading interceptor. After stints in Chicago, Albany, and Orlando, some say the finest defensive player ever in Arena football history.
Previously had one of his records broken. He had 21 records breakups in a year. Chris Barber from Orlando just broke that record.
Rock's got to get his defense going. We have yet to have a defensive stop tonight, save for the missed extra point. Touchdown pass, Bonner, Schnecksnader, they've done it again. The 5th time tonight.
They know each other awfully well. Said Bonner throwing this ball before he even makes the break. Right on the money. Look where the ball is, high and away. It's either a touchdown or an incomplete pass. These guys are on their 4th year together. Hunter Cooper and Bonner have been together 5 years. Familiarity breeds success, and it's really showing tonight.
One thing that Danny White told us yesterday that he was looking for in his players in assembling this year's contingent of Rattlers, experience. And the experience pays off. Bonner, the Schnecksnader for the 5th time tonight. As a result, the Rattlers have increased their lead to 10. 12:25 remaining here in the 3rd.
Sign up for Sprint Cent's dime-a-minute rate now, and your evenings and weekends will never be the same again.
So I'm heading home from work, and suddenly, I'm in the dime zone.
All at once, everyone's dog is getting off my lawn. The leaves start blowing into someone else's pool. And best of all my long-distance calls are just 10 cents a minute.
With Sprint Sense, you're in the dime zone. Every weeknight from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and all weekend long. So call now and get that great dime-a-minute rate when it makes the most sense. When you and the people you're calling have the most time to talk.
It's a typical Saturday morning, but this time, my wife actually enjoys her chat with my mother.
And when you sign up now, you'll also get an extra bonus, up to 100 minutes free.
Sunday afternoon, my friends drop by and my wife insists they stay for lunch. My daughter even lets me use the phone.
Sign up for Sprint Sense dime-a-minute rate now and get up to 100 minutes free. Call now, 1-800-621-7490.
The Rattlers have their fans pumped up here in the third quarter. 49-39, they lead it. Fireworks aplenty, as there will be, or should be, come Sunday night at Comiskey Park in Chicago. Our baseball game of the week, the Rangers and the White Sox. Sluggers galore, Ivan Rodriguez and Juan Gonzalez for Texas. And, of course, the White Sox led by their two superstars, the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas and Albert Bell. That's Sunday, ESPN's game of the week. Anthony Brenner kicking off for Arizona. Baker's got it for the Firebirds. Cuts it up the middle. Gets some decent yardage out to the 10. Knocked down by Cedric Walker after a gain of 15.
Well, again, so much for long drives and ball control by Arizona. Danny White would like 3 plays to go 42 yards. 5th one to Schechtnader tonight. But then again, the defense has not stopped Albany yet, so I'm sure he doesn't mind these quick strikes.
You know, Danny White was talking about, we'll get to that story in a second here, on 1st and 10 for Albany. They trail by 10. Pulaski has got Eddie Brown. He's trying to break one tackle. He may have a face mask call. Randy Gatewood was there, 17 on 17.
That's going to be a face mask, all right. He had it on there, and he didn't let it off, and that's going to be a big one. That'll be a personal foul because he didn't let go of it. You see Pulaski with all day to throw. Danny White talked about that. He's got to get pressure on the quarterback. None there.
Personal foul, face mask, number 17, first down Albany.
So number 17, Eddie Brown, the receiver. 17, Randy Gatewood there with the face mask after a gain of 17.
Now, if he grabs the face mask and lets it go right away, it's only a 3-yard penalty. It's just a face mask. But when you hang on to it and pull on it, they're going to get you for the personal foul. Good call there.
1st and 10, Firebirds. Eddie Brown, the motion man at the top of your screen. Running the corner route. Decides to go underneath. Pulaski does to Mike Baker. He gets knocked out of bounds by Hunky Cooper and Cecil Doggett, number 6. Danny White, you know, when he first considered being an Arena Football League coach, he thought it might be kind of a fun thing. It's sort of a large something to kill time. Then when he realized how many good coaches were in this league and how seriously they took the game, he got serious too, and he's loved it ever since he joined up 6 years ago.
And he said he would not leave for college or pro unless it was absolutely the perfect situation. He said he would rather stay right where he is, the Arizona Rattler head coach.
Where he is on top by 10, but maybe not for long, as Chad Duke for Albany gets it down to about the 1-yard line.
Well, we saw his touchdown run on a cutback. He's going to cut back again. He tries to get wide. He'll stop. Let all the defenders go past him and cut back with that hole. It does a nice job of stretching the ball out to get it to the 2. Arizona does such a nice job throwing to the ball. Chad Duke says, fine, I'll let you go through it back. Go past me, and I'll just go right behind you.
Will Mike Pulaski, who set a new completion record this year in this game, give it to Dukes again? Dukes the leading rusher in the league this year. He keeps it himself. Pulaski can't get in. Hunky Cooper is there. Does number 44, Bobby McMillan.
Yeah, Hunky Cooper did a nice job of coming around. It was one of those quarterback keepers where you just let the fullback be the lead blocker. I read left, okay?
I read right?
I read right.
That's Kyle Moore struggling to get up. That's a lot to get up, too. 310 pounds, the third-year pro from Kansas.
Says it all. Fullback belly left. First down. They'll get up to the set and they'll go.
The decibel level climbing here in America West. There's the belly play. There's the touchdown for Chad Duke.
Bob McMillan for Arizona was right there, but Chad Duke won that battle. They met on about the half-yard line. Bob McMillan with a chance to stop him. Chad Duke just ran right through him. You'll see number 44 for Arizona come up and meet him right there on the one. Chad Duke keeps his legs driving, keeps his shoulders low, and takes him right into the end zone. Good effort.
Power personified by the 225-pounder out of Pittsburgh. His second CD of the night. He's got 15 on the year. Well ahead kick is good. And the Firebirds come right back as they have all night. 49-46, 8:43 remaining here in America West.
It's challenging. That's what I love about it. I trust my instincts.
It's different running your own business.
My work is everything. It's pure adrenaline.
Every decision comes down to you. It takes golf, it gives me a sense of pride.
It calls on resources you never knew you had. Like the gold corporate card from American Express.
Call now and apply right over the phone.
Because control is in the details. You get quarterly reports by category.
Simplifies bookkeeping.
Small business savings, like 3% off mobile gas, 10% off UPS overnight delivery, up to 15% off Hertz, and up to 25% off Hilton hotels.
It adds up.
And we put your company's name on the card. Because you are the company.
I like what it says.
People recognize it. It's the best card to have.
Every day, more than 1 million small business owners rely on the corporate card. See how it can help you.
It's hard to do business without it.
Call 1-800-651-5200.
We'll take your application right over the phone.
The Gold Corporate Card. Let American Express give your business the power to do more.
Mike Adamley and Mike Golick back with you here at America West Arena, the place they call the Snake Pit. And the Arizona Rattlers on top of Albany, 49-46. This coming Monday, the WNBA comes to ESPN, and the Cleveland Rockers and Phoenix Mercury might be hard-pressed to score as many points here at America West Arena. Lynette Woodard leads the Rockers, and pacing Phoenix, Michelle Timms, a combined 50 points in the last 14 games. Also an outstanding on the defensive end of the court. 17 steals this year. 8:30 Eastern time, Monday, the WNBA on ESPN.
Well, you look at the score, you see the three-point difference, but they've each matched each other touchdown for touchdown. We've had 14 possessions, 14 touchdowns. The difference is Albany missed an extra point, and they followed that up by missing a two-point conversion, so that's the three-point disparity right now.
Hunky Cooper returns tonight as sweet as the cotton candy that young girl was eating. This time, however, lucky if he could get out to the 10-yard line. Flags are down, tempers are flaring. Birch and Duke's getting into it.
Correction, Pangleman.
Hopkins, Greg Hopkins, the man who corralled Cooper.
Hopkins did a great job of corralling him, too, but the penalty is going to go against Arizona for holding.
Holding for 75 on the return team. It was takedown, half the distance, first down Arizona.
Joe Birch, who got a little altercation with Chad Dukes after. Watch this tackle by Hopkins, boy. Talk about a collar. Actually, he got the face mask a little bit there, and the shoulder, and the helmet, and the head, and about everything else.
I think more the shoulder pad, a good strong tackle with his left arm. Greg Hopkins, not bad from a kid from Slippery Rock State Teachers College in Pennsylvania. Greg Hopkins, a fine football player. We've got movement, we've got flags.
Owns 9 college records there, Slippery Rock. He did a nice job there.
56.
Again, both our quarterbacks, Mike, this evening. If you look at Mark Tucker, the offensive lineman. Cedric Bonner has just gotten to play. Danny White.
56, X-post, wing sideline on first down. First down, ready? First down now.
Well, X-post is going to be Schexnayder again, going deep. He's the main guy. If not, he'll go to a quick outlet.
The wingman Cooper. There's the post. He's got it. In front of Larry Jones. Well, at least it wasn't a touchdown.
Yeah, small victory, huh? Larry Jones and Derek Stingley are the two that have been getting burned. Here you see the ex-post. That's Calvin Checknator. There's his post route. And again, getting a good cushion by Albany now because he's beaten him deep so many times. He's going to have all kind of room underneath.
Look at those numbers that Shakes has put on the board tonight. Close to 200 yards in receptions to go with the 5 TDs. Rattlers lead by 3, 7:20 to go, third quarter. Bonner's got Randy Gatewood all alone. Stingley, by the time Derek Stingley reached him, Gatewood had gained about 20 yards.
Well, this was the blown coverage, I think, by Derek Stingley. He started running off to the deep half of the field. That left Gatewood wide open. You see him turning around and add injury to insult. He gets run over at the end of the play by Gatewood.
Boy, you talk about perilous jobs. You got a lion tamer, a steeplejack. How about a defensive back in the Arena Football League?
A lot of hot tubs.
Good cadence there by Bonner. Gets the Firebirds to jump offside. Flags him down. Touchdown pass. Hunky Cooper, I'm sure it will stand.
Good poise by the offensive line, not moving when the whole defensive line jumps.
Illegal defense shading. Penalty decline. Touchdown.
The shading as a result of the cadence.
Hard count. A lot of times defenders will kind of take the play off when they know they've jumped. You won't get as good a rush to see nobody near them. A great pass to Hunky Cooper. It's time to tell the story about Hunky Cooper. It's a great story. We'll tell it after this kick. About the beginning of the season, 3 days before training camp, had a little accident and made a miss most of the preseason.
Anthony Brenner on to attempt. Yet another extra point. It is up. It is good. And the Rattlers jump back in front by 10 once again. 6:07 here to go in the third.
Whoa. Now you're talking the Nike Air Super CB. CB is in CB? Bingo.
Did you tell them how stable they are?
I'm getting there.
You tell them how great they are for rebounds?
Getting there.
So, they working for you, Charles? What do you think?
You better get back.
Check them out.
There you go. What channel is that?
Nike basketball shoes available at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
These days, we could all use more endurance. Say about 24 hours worth. I know I could. And now I've got it. Because now the Odor Fighters, the new high-endurance deodorant, lasts even longer. New high-endurance lasts a full 24 hours. No one else is this strong, this long. Plus, it's got this new Pure Sport scent. So now you can smell better, longer. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and Old Spice will buy you a stick of yours. Hey, no matter what you're into, now you've got all the endurance you need. A full 24 hours. Guaranteed.
Hunky and the Rattlers are number one tonight. They lead 56-46, but a ton of time remaining here in this second half. 6:07 to go here in the third quarter. Cedric Bonner having another outstanding evening tonight. Leads the league in passing efficiency at 117.6. His touchdown to interception ratio exceptional.
You know, and actually, he is second to Pulaski in ratings. Pulaski with a 121, Bonner with a 117. Danny White doesn't really like that system. He likes, and they do the same system they do in the NFL, but he thinks interceptions should be weighted more heavily in arena football, and completion shouldn't count as much because you get so many of them. Because as you see, Cedric Bonner only thrown 6 interceptions this year, going by a different system what Danny White would like, with more emphasis on interception and less on completion. Bonner would be the top quarterback in the league. He's pretty much there anyway.
8 touchdowns already tonight in Anthony Brenner's leg. The kicker for Arizona getting a workout. The return men are having a field day as well. This time, Mike Baker with the return honors for Albany, a gain of 17 yards.
Well, let me finish the story now about Hunky Cooper, who caught that touchdown pass. 3 days before he was supposed to report to training camp, he was mowing his lawn, pulling the mower backwards, and his neighbor's sprinkler system went on, and it kind of spooked him. Lawnmower cut 2 of his toes, the tip of his second toe off and the top of his big toe off 3 days before camp. 3 weeks later, he was playing. Wasn't mowing his lawn, though.
Pulaski going for it all. McLeod. Out. After the interception because that ball is live. A rule in arena football this year. You can throw it off the net as long as it doesn't touch the ground. Ball is live. And Cecil Doggett. He was actually beaten by McLeod, but because he was a step behind, he was in a great position to get the carry.
And he did a smart thing. He saw the ball was going to go off the net, so he actually started to slow up for that rebound. The receiver was running himself right out of the back of the end zone, following the flight of the ball. Cecil Doggett saw the ball was going to go off the net and started to slow down. You'll see this is live off the net. As long as it doesn't touch the ground, Doggett, you see him stopping. He sees the ball is going to go off the net. The receiver keeps running right through the back of the end zone. The first big turnover of the game.
And I'm not so sure that wasn't a planned play. A 32-yard interception return for Cecil Doggett.
Well, if this is a planned play, the receiver has got to know where he is and stop. He's got to have better awareness of where he is in the end zone, like Cecil Doggett sees exactly where it's going because he's trailing. As you said, he was beaten and able to throw up for the interception.
Look at Cecil, the second-year pro out of West Virginia, played some football in the World League of American Football with the biggest and only real defensive play of the evening for either team. Brenner, the short stuff now. Sexnader.
Look for Arizona to go to work here. They are going to. They know they have one nail out right now, and they can start to tap it in the coffin. Their defense coming up. Danny White had just talked about it at halftime, saying we've got to get that turnover. They did. Now it's up to the offense to do something with it. And Sexnader is the man tonight.
Let's go right X loop, go pitch 37 man. Come on now, listen up. Right, X loop, pitch 37 man on 101. Ready? Hustle now, hustle.
Right is the side of the tight end. 96, Tony Henderson checking in at that position. The pitch is out to Bo Kelly. He gets the first down.
And the reason he got out there, Flint Fleming. A nice run by Kelly, but the corner was given him courtesy of tackle Flint Fleming. Got a good block on the defensive end. Talked about Fleming in his 8th year. Tampa Bay, Orlando, now here in Arizona. A nice job. He goes down low. Look at the right side. He goes down low and cuts him. Kelly's got that corner, can turn the corner, get his shoulder square upfield to get the first down.
Flint acquired last month in a trade with Tampa Bay. 8th-year pro from North Dakota State. Sexnader, the motion man. Touchdown, number 6, Brenner. K-State stays son of the game.
Once again, thank you, Lord.
I have run out of things to say for this duo tonight. They've done it short, they've done it long.
Clearly, it's a different game than what we're all accustomed to in the NFL, but this passing duo, this combination, is as in sync as any great combination the NFL has ever produced.
Larry Jones again. You've seen again, it's been Larry Jones, it's been Derek Stingley. Neither one able to do anything to stop Calvin Sexnader.
What a feel they have for one another. And the 6 touchdown receptions, we are told, a new Arizona Rattler record. Calvin Sexnader, great number 8. Arizona leads 63.
Hey, Annie. Hi. Love the hat. Oh, I need it. My head's a disaster. Look at my dandruff. That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head and Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
Larry, the loser!
You're watching ESPN's coverage of the Arena Football League, where the Arizona Rattlers are trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs against the upset-minded Albany Firebirds. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action in this game. To begin the fourth quarter here at America West Arena, and tonight it has been a snake pit. The Arizona Rattlers lead 63-46. And coming up this Sunday, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, it's the 1997 Reebok Cup in soccer. Paul Mieres, the former Brazilian champion, national champion from Sao Paulo, taking on the 1995 and 1996 Mexican League champion, Necaxa. That's the Reebok Cup tomorrow on the Deuce, ESPN2. Mike Daly, not a happy camper, not because his offense has sputtered, but because he has seen no defense tonight. Pulaski hands off to Chad Duke down to the 4-yard line. Gain of 1.
And make no mistake, their defense is going to have to make a play or two tonight if they're going to get a win. There's only been one turnover, and it's been on Albany. Their defense has got to come up.
From right, H. Luke. Wings double pass. On one. Ready? That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on 17, Eddie Brown. Here it is, double pass. Touchdown, Albany.
They call that the old Utah pass? It either looks great or looks horrible.
That one looked great.
Again, shuffle pass, you see it in every form of football there is. Tell you what, that's the first time we have seen it this year, though, in all the games we've covered. Again, they're getting the job done on offense. Eddie Brown gets his first of the night.
And the one-point conversion attempt, the extra point by Wellahan is up and good, so Albany still very much alive. 13:45 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter.
There's no doubt about it. Solid antiperspirants are a great way to keep you dry. This leading clear won't keep you quite as dry, but it's clear. To get a better kind of dry, you need the best combination of both. That's new Sure Clear Dry. Sure Clear Dry is a whole new kind of antiperspirant, with a revolutionary new formula that gives you the outstanding dryness protection of a solid, yet it glides on this clear. We're sure it's a better way to be dry, but draw your own conclusions. New Sure Clear Dry. It's a sure way to be dry.
Back here at America West Arena, the Arizona Rattlers trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs. In command right now by 10, Tom Wellahan set the kickoff for Albany. And back deep for Arizona, Humpty Cooper, who has had quite a night. A clean carom off the net. Duke, what a great open field, downfield, special teams tackle by Chad Duke.
Again, here's a guy who's instrumental on the touchdown with some of his runs. No time to celebrate. You've got to come right back down and play those special teams. Great play.
But the kicking team offside.
So they'll gain 3 yards from where Humpty Cooper was tackled.
Following the penalty.
So they move the ball back after the penalty. Cooper couldn't get it done on that last return, so he's now doing it as a wide receiver.
We're starting to see a couple of wide receivers wide open for Arizona. I don't know if Albany's trying to outthink themselves with the defensive backs. There's been some mix-up. They've been getting burned all night. Now I'm wondering if they're trying to disguise some things. There's been a few mix-ups with some wide open Rattler receivers.
And wide read on 101, ready? The wide receiver is number 17, Randy Gatewood. He's got the read here. Read the coverage, that is. Derek Stingley covering him. Batted down by Joe Jacobs as Bonner elects to go in the other direction for Cooper.
A couple for Jacobs tonight. Spent some time with the Lions in 93 and 94. Jack Warren Moon once said that was the big highlight of his football career, and hung out with Barry Sanders for a bit. You see, they tried to cut block him, does a nice job of staying on his feet and following the ball. Mark Tucker, number 56, tried to take his legs out. Good job keeping his hands down low and his head looking at the quarterback.
Left, wide back, blitz 10 on 101, ready? Come on now. 9 for 10 in his last 10. Bonner, Gatewood, gain of 8. Knocked out of bounds by Larry Jones, number 26.
Well, I tell you, Joe Birch and Kyle Moore are going at it. Kyle Moore ended up with no helmet.
Number 75 on the offense kicking. After the play is over. After the play.
Well, Joe Birch gets nailed for kicking. It was on Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore ended the play with no helmet. These two are going at it. You want to talk about a strong line for Arizona. They do a strength test, 225 pounds per rep. Mark Tucker did it 45 times. Barry Voorhees, 6'6", 310, did it 43 times. They got a guy in IR who did it 42 times. I mean, this is a big, strong unit.
That 225 pounds done in the bench press.
Right. I think I could do about 4.
But I know you used to do about 44.
Yeah, that's it. I'll stick by that story.
Girls get the girls. And I'll tell you what, the offensive line for the Rattlers have some serious guns. You can see Barry Voorhees there, number 66.
He is a beast.
Saw him yesterday at practice. He's like he's single-digit body fat, despite being close to 300 pounds. Bonner. On third down, calling for Schnecknader. Overthrown. It'll be fourth down. Not too many fourth down situations tonight for Arizona. In fact, I think this is the very first one. It is.
And we talked about Albany's got to come up big to change that score, going from 10 to 17 to 10. They have to do something to break it. Now, even if Arizona makes this field goal, this is a victory for Albany.
Some defensive coaches like to look at it as a full stop, others a half stop. This is a stop for Albany.
This is a big stop.
A 42-yard attempt for Anthony Brenner, his long this season, 41. So this could be a personal best. Oh, did they catch Albany off guard? Oh! Let's see where the official spots the ball. Now, Hunky Cooper did an outstanding job of extending his right arm and laying out to get that first down, but he didn't get it out there enough.
No, he didn't. They're going to get him where his knees hit the ground. His knees were on the ground before he did that reach. What a great chance. Great effort.
Stand up, Michael. Standing ovation for the Albany defense.
Albany defense would have stopped. Absolutely. They needed that. What a great play. Look at Cooper try and get the ball up, but his knees are already down. So he gets the ball there, but his knees were already on the ground. Another good call by the official.
So a critical stand by the Albany Firebirds defense gives it back to Mike Pulaski and company. Eddie Brown, the motion man, at the bottom of your screen. Pulaski going the other way to Mike Baker, a gain of 9, knocked out of bounds by Cedric Walker and Hunky Cooper.
Left, wing loop. I read right. I read right. Wing loop. That's loop. Fullback soft loop.
Well, they're going to try and catch him off guard here with a run.
What for? We need him, motherfucker. We need him late. I read right, edge loop. Fullback, toss left. On one. Ready?
They're going to try and really catch the Rattler defense off guard here.
Baker in motion left to pitch to Chad Dukes, the league's leading rusher. First down, Firebirds. Dukes gets it down to the 16-yard line.
Albany with plenty of time. They can afford to run a few times. Even though it is a running clock, they want to get the plays off relatively quick, but there is still 9 minutes to go.
Once again, the playoff formula for both teams. If Arizona wins, they clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs. No matter what they do next week in the final regular season game, Albany wins their last 2 regular season games here tonight, and next week, they're in the playoffs. First and 10, Mike Pulaski underneath to Baker.
Mike Baker. A lot of zone coverage here now by Arizona. They're just backing off. They'll let Albany burn some time on the clock again, even though it's out of bounds. It's a running clock. It keeps going. And now as they move close to the red zone, which is the 10-yard line in arena football, they'll start to tighten that defense up.
First-year coach Mike Daly trying to somehow, some way get his Firebirds into the playoffs. Touchdown, Eddie Brown.
Well, we hadn't heard from him early, but he has scored the last 2 touchdowns for Albany to bring them to within 4 before the extra point try. Nice thread in the needle of Mike Pulaski at quarterback.
And for Eddie Brown, the 4th-year pro from Louisiana Tech, touchdown number 3. He's just getting started. That one for 12 yards. Wellahan on to attempt the extra point for the Firebirds. It is up, it is good, and they have cut the Rattler lead to 3. 7:26 remaining to go here in the 4th and final quarter. Stay with us.
Roy Jones, Montel Griffin. Their last fight ended too soon.
Roy Jones is going to be disqualified.
With one question still unanswered, who's the best? Some say Griffin had Jones on the run. Some say Jones was still on top. Now it's time to settle their unfinished business. Griffin Jones 2 from Foxwoods Resort Casino, live on pay-per-view. Don't miss the battle to settle the score. Championship Thursday, August 7th. Call your local cable or satellite company to order.
Back here at America West Arena, Arizona clinging tenuously to a 3-point lead. One of the catches on that last Albany scoring drive right here, Mike.
You see Mike Baker make the catch. His feet are in bounds, but he's against the wall. But notice when he comes off the wall, his feet stay in bounds. He's live. He can keep running. The wall is not necessarily out of bounds. If a ball bounces off the wall and is caught, it's a completion. If your feet are in bounds and you come off the wall, you are still in bounds.
All that is moot, however, because Albany has scored. But Monkey Cooper, what has happened? The special teams pushing. Oh, man.
Wow. How about that?
You work and you slave for some kind of defensive stop. You get it, your offense scores, and then a special teams breakdown.
This is what's great. Right up the gut. Instead of trying to put a move on the kicker, he runs him over. Hey, I'm not going to go around you. I'll go through you. Makes a nice cutback. Usually you try and put a move on the kicker. That's an interesting move. Bulldozing. Good block by Gatewood, clearing out Mike Baker.
And kicker Tom Wellahan is going to have a couple of cleat marks on his helmet tonight. He was probably as shocked as anyone. He figures, well, this guy's going to try to juke me. I'll close my eyes and stick out an arm or a leg like I did last time. God, I just got trucked. Touchdown, Arizona. Bo Kelly. Oh, these Rattlers are explosive.
Boy, he made something out of nothing. They went to the short side. There wasn't a whole lot there. You'll see Albany does a pretty nice job. He gets down low underneath and stretches that ball out.
Bo Kelly, 235 pounds of determined from East Texas State.
Well, I tell you, Albany had started to maybe get a little momentum on their side. The Rattlers just said,
Bonner to hold for Anthony Brenner. And he is good. Let's see. That is extra point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 extra points, 10 for 10. Loose count after a while, Michael. 6:03 remaining here in the fourth. Back with more in a moment.
Prime Star is pleased to introduce all new Prime Star racewear. It's easy to order. Just call toll-free 1-800-263-1535. 100% cotton Speedway polos, Twill racing caps, 100% cotton t-shirts, koozie can holders, brass racing pins, colorful racing jackets, large capacity cooler bags, and foam seat cushions. Call now, 1-800-263-1535.
Choose your tour this July on the Golf Channel. The ladies tee it up at 2 events, including the Giant Eagle LPGA Classic, the 25th to the 27th. The European Tour features 4 events, including the Volvo Scandinavian Masters starting on the 31st. Plus, the young guns on the Nike Tour battle it out at the Nike Dakota Dunes Open July 31st to August 3rd. It's all in July on the Golf Channel.
Well, Rattler fans have a love affair with their arena football team coached by Danny White. Tonight's attendance, 16,923 sellout. And it is, you're from down here, you live down here, Michael, it is a phenomenon, isn't it?
They absolutely love this team. There are more Rattler fans in this town than possibly Suns fans. I mean, it is a real love affair. They've got a Major League Baseball team starting next year, the Arizona Diamondbacks. But I tell you what, the Rattlers hold a big piece of Phoenix fans' hearts.
Another line ball, this could be trouble. Oh, man. Wow. Junior Green, number 20 for Arizona, almost had himself a touchdown before Derek Stingley finally fell on the football for a touchback.
Again, when the ball hits the net, Arizona can't be past the 5-yard line. Once it hits the ground, all bets are off. That is a live ball. Boy, you see Junior Green, that ball was within inches of him falling on it or rolling on it. That would have been a touchdown, Arizona.
All right, under 6 minutes to go. Firebirds trail by 10. Pulaski, the leading quarterback in the league in yardage, passing efficiency, total offense, trying to go to work, incomplete there, intended for Anthony Stinnett.
Well, let's take a look at how this worked by quarters if we can fill it all on one screen. Arizona had come out in the last 4 games sluggish in the first start of the game, 42 points at halftime. I'd say Danny White said something right to him.
Danny White, of course, gained fame in the National Football League with the Dallas Cowboys, led the Colts to 5 playoff appearances during his stint as QB. Pulaski to Eddie Brown. Can he break this tackle? Oh, good work by Cecil Claudette, number 6.
And now what Arizona and Danny White and defensive coordinator Doug Kay want to do is play back, play off, and get some pass rush. Danny White talks about it still, no rush. Pulaski's got all day to throw the ball. That D-line has got to start pinning their ears back and try and put some pressure on them because the DBs will just play off a little bit and try and get some pressure on that from that defensive line.
Danny talking to his defensive coordinator, Doug Kay. Pulaski keeps it himself and he got the first down.
Again, Arizona's not going to chance coming up playing any real tight man, taking any chances of bumping on the line and give up the big play. If Albany's going to score, they're going to make them take a lot of plays to go down and score.
Most receptions in one season, another record that is sure to be broken tonight.
Well, one more and he's got it. He came in tonight with 116, has 8 on the night. Tied him with Langley.
Grip to the left of the formation. Eddie Brown, the motion man. Pulaski going to Dave McLeod. Rattler territory.
Let's go strong base right, strong base left. Wing zoom 50 stop.
Strong base left, wing zoom 50 stop. All one, ready?
The 50 again, the 5-step drop, looking for a stop route. They're just going to take it underneath. They'll have one receiver going deep just in case he can break free, but it looks like another underneath route.
Neither quarterback has been carried tonight or hurried into throwing it. Pulaski gets banged up there, but steps up into the pocket. Completing that pass, Dave McLeod.
Again, Arizona content, saying, hey, if you're going to score a touchdown, you're going to burn 2, 3, 4 minutes doing it. They'll start to tighten up. The ball's on the 14. As it gets closer, they'll tighten up, but no chances. They really want to get some pressure from this line, something they have not gotten tonight.
Rattler defensive coordinator, Doug Kay, doing exactly just that. When this Albany drive began, there was 5:51 on the clock. Now there's 2:30. Brown, the motion man. Intercepted. Cedric Walker, his 4th pick of the season. He has been the Rattlers' big man on defense all year long.
Well, Danny White talked about this after halftime. He said, we need to get some turnovers. That's their second 1.5. That comes courtesy of Cedric Walker. A nice diving interception. Pulaski actually, bad decision here, threw into double coverage. He's got Cedric Walker and Cecil Dawkins right there. Bad decision on his part. One of the few he's had tonight, but it came at a very costly time with only 2 minutes to go in the game. Cedric Walker coming in tonight, leading the league with 89 tackles, came over in a trade from Anaheim last year.
Not only does he lay out to get the pick, but he has the presence of mind to get back on his feet and pick up 13 yards. Bonner has his pack knocked down by Steve Shine, number 99.
You know, in talking to Danny White before the game, he said one of the big differences this year, he talked about chemistry, but one of the things that there was no chemistry, they have a couple of new defensive backs, and their 2 main guns, Cedric Walker and Cecil Dawkins, both first-year players with Arizona.
Well, should Arizona prevail, they'll have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And those playoffs begin on ESPN next Saturday night, not next Saturday night, 2 Saturday nights from now, August 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll have another playoff game on the Deuce Saturday night, August 9th at midnight. The playoffs, Arena Bowl Championship, Arena Bowl number 11 is the destination for the teams involved. In Albany, perhaps on the bubble, should they lose tonight, their record will drop to 6 and 7, and they'll need some help.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they won them both, they were in automatically. Now, if they lose tonight, they not only have to win next week, but then they have to start watching the scoreboard. That's always a bad position to be in, to try and gauge where you're going to end up. Arizona's sitting in the catbird seat right now. They win tonight. As long as they keep winning, Arena Bowl 11 will be right here at America West Arena.
But we're not quite done yet. 1:33 left on the clock. The clock will stop at the 1-minute mark for incompletions and out-of-bounds plays. Albany trails by 10. So if they can stop this Arizona Rattler drive and get the ball back, they've got a shot. The lights aren't out yet.
Don't look for Arizona to just sit on it. They're going to go for it.
Why not? Arizona has not stopped them all night, particularly that man, Calvin Sexnader. What a night he's had. 6 touchdown receptions. Albany takes a timeout, and so will we. Rattlers lead by 10 here from the Snake Pit in Phoenix, Arizona.
McDonald's has gone wild with a big summer deal in honor of George the Jungle. Disney's big summer movie in theaters now. You can get 2 beefy quarter pounders with cheese for just $2. No wonder everyone's clinging into McDonald's. That's right, 2 quarter pounders with cheese for $2. And at breakfast, they're going wild over 2 sausage McMuffins with egg for just $2. Now that's a big deal.
May I help you?
Arizona on top by 10. we're looking at the final 1 minute and 27 seconds of play. That's how far away Arizona is from securing the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And that was Danny White's message all week long to his troops. If we get that tonight, that victory over Albany, we'll have done something this franchise has never done before.
And he'll be in a nice position next week when they play the New York City Hawks. They're going to rest Cedric Bonner, and they'll sit some guys, try and make sure they're completely healthy for the playoffs.
Their goal to host Arena Bowl 11. Bonner up top. Oh!
Are you kidding me? That's way too easy. This is way too easy. 7 touchdown receptions for Schecknader, 9 touchdown pass for Bonner. Just another night for the Rattlers.
They are breaking Bonner to Schecknader. They are breaking all kinds of team records tonight. Man.
And again, wide open. We really haven't seen him catch one of his 7, really, where there was some coverage. The other ones, he has been wide open on deep routes.
We have seen a lot of great players this year. People like Barry Wagner and Kurt Warner. Add that man's name to the list. Calvin Shakes Schecknader.
And he's keeping those balls now. He's going to have a whole library full after this one.
12 catches, 243 yards, 7 touchdowns. 77-60, 1 minute to play. You're watching the Arena Football League on ESPN.
Welcome back to the MBNA Visa All-Star Game. These cars are amazing, and the fans love them.
Yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, that's like no annual fee and a low introductory annual percentage rate. Fans who call 1-800-NFL-9919 apply for a great no annual fee Visa card that provides valuable insider information.
NFL Team Visa cards take you where the action is. Call 1-800-NFL-9919 today. The NASCAR Ride-Along program puts you in the action.
Oh, this is great. Well, this is great. Yeah. Pepper really seems to be enjoying himself today. He might want to get his head back in the weather. You think so? Yeah.
NASCAR on ESPN. Come along for the ride.
Come on, there's that guy. Okay.
Well, that one Rattler fan has it right. Sportscenter is next following our coverage of this game between Arizona and Albany. The Rattlers on their way to securing home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which begin on ESPN and ESPN2 in 2 weeks on August 9th.
Now Cedric Bonner, 9 touchdowns, 1 short of tying the record. Clint Dawzell tied that record a couple of weeks ago.
Whit Taylor originally set it for the Denver Dynamite way back, what, in 1987, I believe?
Yep.
Kurt Warner had 9 earlier this year against the same Albany team, a game we did. And Brenner, who's had himself quite a night, kicked that one into the stands. No return for the Firebirds.
Well, you look at the night that Calvin Schecknader's having 12 receptions. If you're thinking about records, the record is 20 by Dwayne Dixon in 1987 for Chicago. Receiving yards, Schecknader has 243. The record is 264 also by Dwayne Dixon, so he still is a little bit off of these records. The 7 TDs ties Eddie Brown, who had 7 TDs in a game last year against the Minnesota Fighting Pikes.
Pulaski, one final last-ditch effort for his Firebird teammate. Clock stopped with 53 seconds. Well, next week, the job does not get any easier for Mike Daly and company. Again, they need a victory to have any kind of mathematical chance, but standing in their way, the Iowa Barnstormers.
How about needing 1 victory out of your 2 or 2 out of 2, and you have the top 2 teams in the league to play back-to-back in Arizona and Iowa? They're in a lot of trouble.
Orlando, Nashville, New Jersey sure to have something to say about it, but Arizona and Iowa right now playing better than anybody in the league. And on a collision course for Arena Bowl 11.
Look at Cedric Bonner's numbers for the night. 18 of 24, 322 yards and 9 touchdowns. The new Arizona Rattler record. One shy of tying the record. And they had a couple of, they lost one possession on downs tonight. That's the only one they didn't score on.
And as we talked about earlier, his touchdown to interception ratio, exceptional. 9 touchdowns and no INTs.
Talk about Danny White in his 6th year. He's already number 3 all time in wins, averaging a little over 9 a year. A couple of big names in front of him, though. It'll take him a little bit to catch those guys.
Of course, he was the pupil under the great Tom Landry. And when Tom Landry left the Cowboys, his parting words to Danny said, geez, I'm really kind of sad because I thought one day we'd get the coach together. A lot of people thought that Danny might be with the Cowboys in some kind of coaching capacity. Pulaski's pass for Eddie Brown, incomplete. Cecil Doggett, who had a big interception late in the 3rd quarter, on the coverage there.
Give a lot of credit to the Albany offense, though. Not many times you score 60 points and lose, which they're going to do tonight, being down by 17, 77 to 60. Out of 23 possessions tonight by both teams, we've had 20 touchdowns. I would say the people in the arena have gotten their money's worth, as well as the fans watching at home.
All 16,923. A sellout here in America West Arena. Pulaski goes to Greg Hopkins into Rattler territory, down to the 17, 1st down, 34 seconds remaining.
And the clock will stop on the 1st down until they set the chain. Pulaski's had all kind of time tonight, too. Both quarterbacks never really touched. Shouldn't be too sore tomorrow, except for their throwing arms. They sure whipped the ball a lot tonight.
Going to the corner of the end zone, and actually the stand. Who was that man? It was Greg Hopkins. Randy Gatewood jumped in there afterwards.
Randy Gatewood trying to get back on the field just went on somebody's blooper reel.
You can take home the arena football, but you can't take home the arena football player.
Yeah, you got to give the player back. Here you're going to see both of them disappear over the wall. Luckily, they're both okay. That's the number one thing. Then we talk about the blooper reel. The effort's there. They know the wall's there. Both of them going over the top of them.
Hide the women and children. There's a little baby back there.
Yeah, I think that baby just got moved back.
Pulaski, short pattern, run by Mike Baker. It's complete.
Again, and it's out of bounds in under a minute, so the clock stops. Albany will get another shot. Talk about that record, 153 points. We're at 137. Get a touchdown here. They put it to 144, but I don't think they're going to reach that record tonight.
Indicative, though, of the offensive explosion we have seen this year all around the Arena Football League. Scoring is up. Pulaski to Hopkins. Closer to the goal line. Doggett is there.
Kind of double jeopardy for the players. They see the offensive film and they get patted on the back, but then those same guys watch the defensive film too because they're the defenders, and then they kind of get scolded a bit for giving up 60 points or 77 points.
But you know what it's going to come down to in the playoffs, you know, whether it's the National Football League or whatever, defense wins games, and it's the team that can come up with the best defensive performance during the playoffs obviously is going to win the Arena Bowl.
And we saw that tonight. Most games outside of the missed extra point and a missed two-point conversion, the interception became the difference, both coming from Arizona.
Cecil Doggett and Cedric Walker with tonight's picks for the Rattlers. A reminder, Sportscenter immediately following our game here at America West Arena.
Now Arizona's got to feel pretty content. They've won one Arena Bowl, but it wasn't at home. They wanted to host one, and that was the goal set at the beginning of the year, not only to get there, but to have it played right here in Phoenix, and they're going to get their win.
Perhaps the final play of the game. Pass incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal. 6 seconds remain.
Well, we've seen a lot of quick scoring tonight, but now remember, you're in the red zone. Haven't seen a lot of red zone plays. What we have seen have been runs. A lot harder to score in the air in the red zone. Coverage gets a lot tighter. And, I mean, Arizona's already given up 60, I'm sure. Just let's stop them once, guys, huh?
See, then if you're in the film study on Monday or Sunday, you can fast forward to late in the 4th quarter. See, hey, coach, we stopped them.
We stopped them.
Pulaski, Danny Brown going for his 4th touchdown tonight. Gatewood was there. Cedric Walker was there.
These guys do not want to give up that last touchdown. They are all over Eddie Brown. He does a quick little out route. There are 3 defenders right there saying, no way you're getting into the end zone. So I don't think it's going to work on Danny White. They're going to say, hey, we stopped him the last drive. Yeah, what about the other 60 points, huh, guys?
Next to him is Vice President of Operations Gene Nudo. Pulaski, little mix-up there, and he's going to get hammered in the end zone as time expires and the fireworks go off.
Got to be a great feeling for these Arizona Rattlers knowing that as long as they keep winning, the games will be played right here. No more road trips. Unpack your bags. Stay at home. Home cooking all throughout the playoffs.
Well, they have struck up happy trails. And Arizona has secured the home field advantage for the playoffs. The final score, Rattlers 77, Firebirds 60. Star of the show, actually 2 stars. Quarterback Cedric Bonner and Calvin Schnecknader. And on the Rattlers sideline is quarterback Cedric Bonner. Ced?
Yes, sir.
You've had a lot of great games this year, but this one has to be the sweetest.
All glory goes to God. We were just coming out here trying to play hard and trying to keep pace with their offense, and then we figured out we're the team to beat around here, so we just stepped it up and tried to play hard tonight. Ced, we've run out of words to describe what you guys are doing, but how important is it? This is your 4th year together with Calvin, your 5th year together with Hunky. Familiarity really seems to be breeding a heck of a team here. And with Coach White also. I mean, us being in the same organization together, it just makes things a lot easier where you might have a little problem with unfamiliarity, but we don't have that here. We've all been here, we played in big games, and we all know how to rise to the occasion.
Cedric, congratulations on an outstanding evening. 9 touchdown passes. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Mike, going. All right, Ced. Good job, buddy. See ya.
Once again, Arizona wins at 77-60. Our next telecast, the first round of the playoffs in 2 weeks, August 9th, Saturday night, 8 p.m. on ESPN and 12 midnight on ESPN2. A reminder, coming up next is Sportscenter. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Once again, the final score, Arizona 77, Albany 60. Good night, everyone.